welcome to Sand Mountain Community Watch. We have with us, of course, again, our little co-host, Miss Abigail Delaney, and Mr. Jimmy Oney, our other co-host. So glad that they're here with us today. And today, for our guests, we have Chairman Matthew Hodges with the Jackson County Commission. He's going to be on our show. He is our only guest today, but we can usually spend a lot of time talking with Matthew. He keeps us a lot to talk about. He knows a little bit about everything. Well, we like to think that. Miss Kathy Mitchell was going to be on. She's with the Impact Learning Center, and she has got the flu. So hope you get to feeling better, Miss Kathy. And I will talk a little bit about that. She was going to come on and talk about the luau that they do. I think it's their main fundraiser for the Impact Learning Center. And I recently, if you don't know what the Impact Learning Center is, go online and look at the, she would like to make some announcements as well. Go online and look at their website, and you can find out all the stuff that they do. It's a very good asset to this county. Yes, it's in Scottsboro, but it's training. You can get training. It's job services. It's a lot of things that the Impact Learning Center does. And I meant to print all that out, and of course I didn't. But gonna make her announcements. We've got a whole stack here, and I'm not sure what's what. I did not look at it before I come through the door as usual. So y'all I appreciate you. Y'all, if you tune in more than once, I really appreciate it, because we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants right now. But on March 26th, Ebenezer Baptist Church will be having their sunrise service at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And they also will be having their wild game dinner on April 16th at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Speaker will be Brad Clay with the Final Descent Outdoors. Tickets are $10, and you can pay at the door. The community cleanup will be Saturday, March the 26th at the North Sand Mountain Park, and that's from 7 to 1. And we may talk with Mr. Hodges about that a little bit more. Here's what I was going to announce about for Kathy on her Impact Learning Center Low Country Luau. It is at 7 o'clock on April 29th, which I know that's a little ways off, but if you're like me and if you don't mark it down now, you'll forget it. They have live music, auction, and authentic Cajun cooking. Tickets are $60, and for more information, you can go to www.impactlearningcenter.org, Low Country Luau, and find out more about that. I think that's their major fundraiser, so we want to be sure and help them with that. On March 24th and 25th, I think that's this Thursday and Friday, we're about to choke our grandchild here. Is she making too much noise? Okay. Now then, let's play with this. Okay. On March 24th and 25th, there will be a blood drive in memory of Dana Shotgun Marion at the Davis Elementary School, located at 5491 Highway 301, Trenton, Georgia. On the 24th, it's at 11:30 a.m. to March 25th at 5 p.m. For more information, you can call the school at 706-657-6300 or check out their Facebook page. Mr. Dana Marion he passed away. I don't remember how. It's not been a whole long time ago. It's been a few weeks, maybe a month. I knew him, but I didn't know him real well. I know his mother, and sweet lady. So if y'all have not given blood in a while, go out and do this in memory of Dana. Idle Pre-K registration is Wednesday the 23rd at 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock Central Time. And this will be in the elementary counselor's office, located just down from the elementary office. Applications can be picked up in the elementary office and dropped off if you cannot make it for registration. We'll blink 2 or 3 times. It'll be time to start registering these grandbabies.
It won't be long.
I know. March blood drives that we have from Blood Assurance on the 28th is at DeKalb Regional Medical Center, 9 to 3. That would be Central Time. And then on the 29th at Section Pharmacy from 12 to 5:30 Central Time. So there's 3 different opportunities to go donate blood. So y'all make sure you do that. Report cards go out on March 28th. Even though this is spring break, so kids aren't in school this week, but preschool is open. So don't forget that. Well, I'm pretty sure if your kid's in preschool, you know it's open and all that. Also, I wanted to mention this. This is coming up on Monday, March 28th, and it is being sponsored by the Tri-Community Fire Department. And it's going to be a mock wreck. It's not really open for the public, but it is to let the kids maybe hopefully get through to somebody, at least one person, that texting does kill. So that is this upcoming Monday, the 28th. Let's appreciate our fire department and what all they do. This takes a lot of time, and they're all volunteers. So, before you criticize or sit back and have negative things to say, you get out there and put a suit on, and then you'll see what it's like and what all they do. So, make sure you appreciate them. They're out here trying to put the word out about texting and driving, and make sure you appreciate them. Tell them you appreciate them anytime you see them. Katrina Barkley, one of my favorite people in the world. I love her music. This is actually an album release show. It's called Element. That's the name of the CD. And it is going to be on Saturday the 26th at 6 p.m. The doors open, 7 p.m. for the show at the DeKalb Theater. And if you get a chance, she'll be there with the Mance brothers and Megan Saunders and the something else that I can't make out. So anyway, if you get a chance, go see them. And if you don't, even if you can't go down to see them, make sure you go on to iTunes or Spotify or what was some of the other, do you remember? Amazon, I think. You can get her CD there, and it's really good. Bright Spring Semi-Formal. It's going to be on April the 8th on a Friday. Oh, it's Bright Gym is open to grades 4 through 8 from North Sand Mountain and Flat Rock. And you get to dress up and go to a little dance. And it's $7 a person. Grades 4 through 8 should see their homeroom teacher to purchase tickets. Trenton Golf Club is helping out the Bright Junior High PTO. They are having a golf tournament. And I am assuming, here's some where you can sign up if anybody plays golf. There's a lot of people that play golf. I personally don't know how. You've played.
I've played.
Are you good? No.
Well, I don't play that. It's still fun, though.
Is it? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't get that. But everybody that plays, they say it's addictive. Mm-hmm. That once you start playing, that it's addictive. So, anyway, first place wins $500, second place wins $300. The cost is $75 per player, $300 per team. For more information, you can contact Stephanie Kirkpatrick at 256-597-3132, or you can email bryantschool@yahoo.com. Bryant Elementary will be having their ACT Aspire test, I guess, grades 3 through 8. It's the schedule. It says for paper/pencil testing. So Tuesday, April 5th is for reading, Wednesday, April 6th is for math, and Thursday, April 7th is science and reading. Online testing, grades 3 through 8, will be English, begins on Monday, April the 11th. Apparently English is all you can do online. I don't know. Let's see. Mountain View Christian Academy is having their SPROM from the 7th through the 12th grade is scheduled for April 2nd. And that's on a Saturday, and then they're doing their SAT testing on Monday, April the 4th through the 7th. Also, the Ride Legs for Lindy benefit that they were going to do, they had to postpone it. And I think it's been rescheduled for April 9th. So all you people out there that ride those bikes, that gives you plenty of time to get ready. Mountain View will also be having their walkathon on Friday, April the 8th. So if you want to get out and walk and help raise money, or if you want to be like we said, I did walk a time or two, but just write them a check. That's all. That's all they need is it's the money. Bryant Elementary will be celebrating Earth Day on Thursday, April 21st, and the 6th grade will be attending a play on April 26th. Now, it don't say what play, but maybe we can find that out between now and then. Friday, April 29th is the Special Olympics at North Jackson High School. So if you know, if you want to be involved with that, I'm sure they could use some volunteers. Bryant Elementary, they're considering going to Lake Winnie on either the 6th, 13th, or 20th of May. So I guess if you have an input that you want to help, help to persuade them on a certain date, then you can call the Bryant Elementary School. 8th grade graduation is Monday, May the 23rd at Bryant. Kindergarten graduation is May 24th. Thursday, May 19th is field day. And, of course, all these are way down the road, but like I said, you need to mark your calendars now. Last day of school at Bryant is Thursday, May 26th, so I'm assuming that's for the whole Jackson County. And let's see. There is that we've already done, I think. The Siege at Bridgeport is coming up. Have you ever been to one of those?
She's interested in
Are you interested in the Siege at Bridgeport? I bet you could let them know all about it, couldn't you? Have you ever been to a reenactment?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
When Brian was in school, they went down there one year.
To the Siege at Bridgeport? Okay. I never have been. Oh, my goodness. Saturday, April the 9th, North Sun Mountain Softball and Baseball is having their 5K run/walk. Registration forms can be picked up at Cook's Used Furniture, or you can see any softball or baseball player. Don't forget about the free Medicare classes coming up on April the 14th. This is done through the Chamber of Commerce is sponsoring that. And let's see. Mother's Day Expo. There's actually 2 of these, I think. This one is number 2. It's going to be at the Outer Senior Center, and I'm actually I'm looking forward to going to this. It's the 23rd of April at 9 o'clock. It's from 9 to 6 Central Time. It's like a little business expo, like the small business women usually have. So that is the 23rd. Mark your calendars for that. North Sun Mountain will be graduating their 52nd graduating class on Friday, May 20th at 8 o'clock Central Time. So mark your calendars for that. And the Jackson County Bama Club will be having their Roll Tide golf tournament on Friday, May the 13th. No, Friday the 13th. I don't know if that's a bad day to have a golf tournament, I would think. But for more information about that, you can contact Mr. Rick Roden at 256-628-1212 or our friend Ron Crawford at 256-574-9260. So I think that's all the Oh, no. I've got more announcements. Looky there. No, that's just about the community cleanup, and I think you can probably help us to learn about that, Mr. Chairman. So I think that's all that we've got for the moment. Miss Abigail, you got any announcements you'd like to make? She's been fussing she's been giving us a fit today, hadn't you? Yes, you have. She's been telling us all about everything and fussing if we don't do what she says when she says. So we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have with us Chairman Matthew Hodges, and he will tell us all about what's going on in the county, and he's probably going to get me riled up because I'm already riled up about some of the bills that's going on down in the sessions going on down in Montgomery. So y'all stick around, and we'll find out what is going on. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. Say bye.
Dobbins Supermarket, serving the community for over 70 years with fresh-cut meats, fruits and vegetables, and a full line of grocery items. Dobbins is known far and wide for their signature sausage in 4 flavors. Dobbins Supermarket, Highway 71 in Higdon.
This week at Dobbins, find beef chuck roast $3.79 a pound. Fresh boneless chicken tenders has $1.99 a pound. Cook's ham $1.19 shank, $1.39 rump. Hormel Black Label bacon, pound pack 2 for $7, and Oscar Mayer hot dogs 2 for only $3 this week at Dobbins.
When you need a licensed plumber, call Stacy Ledwell and the staff at Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Mr. Rooter provides your home or business with advanced solutions using high-tech equipment. Our commitment to customer satisfaction shines through in our personalized service. When you schedule an appointment, our professionals will dedicate time to explain the work that has to be done. Our staff will give you upfront pricing, so you'll know exactly what's involved before any work begins. We even pump septic tanks and do new construction on houses. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Call Stacy Ledwell today to set up an appointment at 256-574-4710.
A small bank with big service. Citizens Bank and Trust, offering a wide range of services, including online banking. Pay your bills, manage your account anytime, 24 hours a day. Your account balance is only a phone call away as well at 657-1234. Or visit our convenient locations. Lookout Mountain, Georgia, Higdon, Alabama, and our main branch on Highway 11 in Trenton. Citizens Bank and Trust, 657-5678. A community bank that believes in the community. Citizens Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. While celebrating this wonderful day, Billy Sims, owner of Heartfelt Memorials, reminds you to stay safe and remember your blessings that you've been given to celebrate this Easter weekend with family and friends. Happy Easter from Billy Sims and Heartfelt Memorials. Phone 423-227-8658.
Spring is a season of change, making way for the greatest time of the year.
Pitch number 89 for Burnett is launched to left field and deep. Retreating Snyder at the wall. Gone to the opposite field. Freddie Freeman.
And as new superstars emerge and new faces take the field, this is the home of Atlanta Braves baseball.
0-2 pitch. Change up, swing and a miss, strike three.
The Atlanta Braves play here, 1420 AM, 106.1 FM, KWN News Radio.
Delivering top-quality health care locally, we are Northeast Alabama Health Services. With 7 locations, there's one near you. Scottsboro, Section, North Sand Mountain and Higdon, Skyline, Woodville, Fife, and Fort Payne. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and of course your private insurance. If you're unemployed, low income, or have a high copay or deductible, you may also qualify for a reduced rate office visit as low as $16. Ask about our free medication program. And ladies, you may qualify for a free or reduced rate mammogram. And cervical cancer screenings are available too. Putting your health concerns first. We're Northeast Alabama Health Services.
Hi, welcome back to Sand Mountain Community Watch. We have missed you, Mr. Chairman. He's been, how long's it been since you've been on? It's been about 2 months, hasn't it?
Possibly, I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just because you had a kid don't mean you have to go into hibernation. Just bring it with you like I do. Oh, well, we're so glad that you finally made it back, and there's all kinds of things going on in our county and our government, and I'm sure we want to talk a little bit about some of that anyway.
Yeah.
So. The main thing I know, and I'm sure a lot of people are asking, is about the possibility of a new sales tax.
Right.
Now, let me make sure I understand this right. The bill has to go before the state.
Right.
So have they passed that yet?
It's finished the advertising phase, so they've got their spring break starting next week. So come first week of April, it'll go through the legislative process.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I don't see why they wouldn't pass it. Do you?
I don't. I hope. Hopefully, nothing holds it up. You know, occasionally you see things going on down there that'll hold up local bills. We saw it a few years back, but so far, we hadn't seen that this year. So hopefully that's the case, and we'll see it go through fairly easy. Which then it'll be back in our plate to move forward and determine how we move forward with it.
Okay. Now, I've not read the bill per se. Let me ask you, before I get into that too much, do you read what bills that's being voted on and not voted on?
There are a ton of bills down there. I try to read the ones that are brought to our attention as what's going to be affect us the most. We've got a gas tax bill that's being presented right now, so that could help with our roadways to some extent. So I've been trying to understand that one, making some calls and reading on that one. But especially the ones that affect counties, we try to look at those and see what the end result is.
So is that a statewide tax?
That would be a statewide.
Okay. Okay, and I'll tell you why in a little bit why I asked that.
Okay.
People need to know what's being voted on, and they need to call or write their representative and their senator and tell them how they feel. It might not do a bit of good. I have just spent. We'll get it. Do you know the one I'm talking about? There's a bill about tax preparers.
Okay, no, I hadn't heard that one.
Okay, well, it was brought to my attention, so I got to reading it.
Uh-huh.
And what is it is the state's trying to pass a law where tax preparers have to pay a fee every year, register with the state, take continuing education, just like we do with the IRS.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't thrilled about that to begin with, but I could live with that until I read a part in the bill that said they're trying to, and I wish I'd brought it and I didn't. They're trying to. The reason this bill is being passed, and it was sponsored by Representative Scott, I can't remember his first name, out of Fairfield, Alabama, and he wants it to be used. The money that's raised from this is to monitor and maintain the act. So let's create a law so we can
Fund it.
yeah, so we can let's fund it so we can maintain it. Yeah. And then the next thing about it is to educate the low income people on how to get earned income credit. Hello. Let's educate the low income people on how to get a job. Yeah. So we don't, because that's costing people that get up and work every day. Mm-hmm. This is my soapbox, and I'll try to get off of it. But yes, I've already wrote letters, fixing to send them to every representative.
What's the status of the bill? Where is it?
It's It's in the House. It's a House bill, and I'm just talking out of turn here because I really don't know what I'm talking about. Representative Scott called me from the floor the other day. Well, okay. I called him. Let me rephrase that. I had some information and got his phone number, and I called him, and he emailed me some amendments that they're adding to the bill. So it's not that far along yet,
right.
But it will come up for vote, I'm assuming. The amendments didn't. And I could live with it. I don't see the point, because if Alabama does that, then what's going to keep Georgia from doing it? Right. And Mississippi and all these other states. So if you're spending all your money registering, and the other thing I didn't like about it is if you work for a big firm like H&R Block or somebody, or Liberty or whoever, you don't have to do that. So it's just, and so
that's where as a state, as any level of government, and I don't know this bill, so I can't speak on this bill, but in any decision that's made, we need to look at how it affects the small businesses. We always talk about small business and how important it is, but a lot of times those are the ones that get caught in the mix. And again, I don't know anything about this bill, but that's something that hopefully that's not the end result of it.
Well, if you got any connections, you call down there and tell them, hey, do not vote for this.
I'll take a look. You've talked to our legislators?
I have. Okay. I have talked, yes, Mr. Haynes, I've talked with him, and I have not talked with Mr. Livingston yet. Okay. But he's on the list to get a letter. That's my staff are not, I'll just be honest, my staff isn't doing taxes right now. They're writing letters to our congressmen and their senators, but it's things like that, and it's I could live with paying the fee. It's not. I'm sure it's not. It don't specify how much the fee is going to be. I didn't like that because it's not specified. But what I didn't like is that the money's going to go to teach low income people how to stay low income and how to depend on the government. It's basically the way And I know everybody needs help. Everybody has to have help at some point in time. Everybody's low income at some point in time. Mm-hmm. But if we should be training and teaching our citizens of Alabama to have some pride and to have some desires and to want to do better instead of wanting to stand there and let the government hand them a check. Right. I'm sorry. All right, I've spoke my piece. Now let's talk about Jackson County.
Okay.
So now this bill, if this passes, which I'm sure it will, then what does that mean to our county and our sales tax?
Well, okay, so if this bill passes, it gives us the opportunity to go back for another sales tax vote of the people. We could do that as early. We could call another special election. I don't see that happening. We could do that as early as November. We could wait some time and hold it, 2 years from now, if necessary. But the dollars are needed. There's no doubt, and I think if you ask any commissioner, the dollars are needed. This is a sales tax is the best way to fund county government because we get none of the current sales tax tax in place, and that's the best way to fund county government, where we're not coming back asking for more year after year after year. It is a long-term solution. The difference in this tax and the previous tax, because like I've said, in a lot of places, people may think we have amnesia because, didn't we just talk about that? Did we just talk about a sales tax and vote it down?
Where did you get the heart to even go through this again?
When you're in desperation, you do what you have to do. And that's what people, again, I wish folks would understand that it's not because we're not doing this because we enjoy the torment. We're not doing this because that last deal was just so much fun that we want to try it again. We're doing this because we truly believe this is the best option and almost one of the only options that we have to take care of county government. Our roads, our fire departments, our sheriff's department, our infrastructure. We talk about all the time how counties or cities or whoever else is not doing enough to keep those things in order, but it's because the dollars aren't there. So this is we took a lot of what we heard from the last sales tax proposal and we put that into this proposal. And what that entails is that means that this tax is a 6-year tax. It's not it's on there and it's on forever. It's 6 years. So if the people do vote to put the tax on, and once that's in place, then every 6 years it has to come up for a vote. People will have to say, yes, we want to keep this tax, or no, we don't want to keep it anymore. Another part of it is that every time that you go vote for it, we will have specified on that ballot where those dollars are going to go. How much of it's going to go to roads, how much of it may go to education, how much of it will go to fire departments. It'll be specified on the ballot where those dollars are going so that you know when you go to vote on it.
That's in the bill too, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay,
it says that we have to do
yeah.
that. Yep.
Well, it specifies how much is going to go.
The last one we didn't do that on this one because every 6 years it could change. We may need $300,000 for fire departments this year. We may need in 6 years we may need to put $600,000 or $700,000 towards fire departments. So that it gives the flexibility, because that's the worst thing about earmarks is you could say let's put $2 million towards roads every year, and let's say 15 years down the road it's set and we need only $1 million towards roads, where you got an extra $1 million there that you can't spend anywhere else. So it's flexible, and the best part, again, the people get to choose whether they think what those priorities are the right priorities. If it's not, then you vote it down and you come back with a different set of priorities. So those are the two biggest things. The third part of this is that we're looking, and it does state in the bill that we will have to do this in some way, but cutting property tax. And what we're looking at is cutting the ad valorem tax on vehicles. So the county ad valorem tax that you pay for your vehicle right now, 7.5 mils, if this passes, would be eliminated. We would get rid of that.
The whole
whole county portion, not education, but for Jackson County General Fund that we get, that entire portion, 7.5 mils, would be eliminated. So we're giving taxes back. We are setting it for a 6-year term, so that every 6 years it has to come up for a vote. And then, and if it's voted down, contrary to how it's been done in the past, I think a lot of folks are still on when the jail tax failed. That it's still, the bill states if this thing fails, we can't put it on regardless. So those every 6 years, and we're going to specify where those dollars are going. So I feel like we've taken all that information from the last sales tax that folks told us this is what we think, this is what we want. We've put that into this bill, and to me it's it's a better package. It's going to hold us a whole lot more responsible for what we're doing, make sure that county government's showing people what they're spending money on, and if we don't do it, then people aren't going to vote for it again because they're not going to see that those dollars are being spent wisely.
So what do you say to a person, though, that is still adamant about, I'll never vote for a tax increase?
There's nothing I can say to them. It's 100% about where you want Jackson County's future to be.
Yeah.
If you want it to be where it is now and worse off when it comes to your roads, your fire coverage, your sheriff's support, if you want it to be worse than it is today, do not vote for the tax. If you want it to be better than it is today, we need to vote for the tax. Mm-hmm. It's not going to stay the same. TVA in lieu of tax, you know from what's been announced with Bellefonte, we can talk about that a little more too, but that TVA in lieu of tax is going. Mm-hmm. It's going away very quickly. So those dollars aren't going to be there to fund county government, and that is what has been. It's been 30% of our general fund. So sheriff's department, the jail, everything in the courthouse that we operate, all that stuff has been pretty well funded from that a third of it been funded by that TVA in lieu of tax, and that continues to drop. It's going to drop another probably $2 million next year. So it's we got to come up with the dollar somewhere.
Things are now. You take $2 million out of the budget.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean,
and that's what another part of what I hope folks understand. We did that when we came into office. From what we were spending to what we're spending now, we're down a little over $2 million. I mean, that's how much we've cut in that time frame. The legislative delegation, through the few dollars they had in lieu of tax, funded us for the rest of this year. But take that out, and we're over $2 million on what we've cut on the budget since we've been in office, off a $8 million budget. So we've cut 25% of our general fund budget to stay within our revenue capacity.
So for the ones that did not like, didn't vote for the tax to pass, and I've heard this, and I'm sure you have too. You closed the courthouse for a few days, and then it's been open. See, they didn't need our tax money in the first place. They just wanted it, and blah blah blah.
If someone writes you a check for $500,000, do you say no? I mean, that's all I can say. It was.
So where did that money come from? I'm confused on that.
Okay, so what has been now? A bill has been passed recently that'll change this. This is when everybody talks about those free TVA in lieu of tax monies that need to be going here or there. The Jackson County Legislative Delegation had a committee, and myself and a couple of other county officials had been put on that recently. But that committee had, at one time, when we first came on, it was about $1 million a year. Now I think this year it's about $700,000 a year that comes into that fund to be used for. It's been used for Boys and Girls Club, for senior centers, for fire departments. It's been used for all kinds of things. Those dollars with this new bill are going to go away. It's from those dollars, because they cut the Boys and Girls Club and the senior centers and all those other entities that were receiving it. They cut that, and they actually gave it to the county to help us get through for a few more months through the rest of this year. Those dollars, after this, again, this bill has passed, those dollars will be gone as well.
And what's that called? Jackson County Legislative?
It was called the Jackson County Legislative Emergency Fund. It was.
And how's it funded?
Through the TVA in lieu of tax.
Oh, okay.
But again, because of the most recent bill that's passed, that fund will be gone.
Okay.
And again, for good, it helped a lot of good organizations. The problem is your cities, your county, and your schools are losing those TVA in lieu of taxes also. So it's kind of pushing those funds to that area for now. What's left of it is going there. I mean, there was a time when that fund was receiving about $2 million a year, and now it's down to $700,000. So
makes a big difference.
Taking a huge hit.
Yeah. Okay, do we need to take a break now? Usually, maybe? Sure, why not? Okay, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about taxes some more. Well, y'all stick around.
No
we'll
one's
be right
going to tune in for taxes.
When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We are here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope. Randy's Country Kitchen, open at the foot of Sand Mountain on Highway 136 West in Trenton. Beginning Monday, March 14th, Randy's features extended hours. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9, and Friday and Saturday until 10 p.m. Don't miss the regular buffet every day and the famous seafood buffet on Friday, 4 p.m. to close. Pizza, stromboli, and roasted chicken still available at Randy's Country Kitchen. And you can have it delivered, too, by calling 657-5330. Randy's Country Kitchen, Highway 136 West at the foot of Sand Mountain in Trenton. Morningstar Dry Cleaners, your local dry cleaners, located at 57 Crabtree Street, right behind Dora Crisp Realty in Trenton. Morningstar Dry Cleaners offers a drop-off location for after hours and pickup service for businesses. We wash, dry, fold, iron, press, dry clean, and yes, we do alterations too. Now under new ownership, Morningstar Dry Cleaners. Open until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday for your convenience. Call them today, 657-3685. Morningstar Dry Cleaners on Crabtree Street, right behind Dora Crisp Realty in Trenton. Looking for that next new-to-you vehicle? Well, Rayburn Cloud at Cloud Auto Sales has just what you're looking for, including a 99 Ford F-250 Super Duty with new tires, Big V10 for only $4,700. How about an 06 Ford Expedition Eddie Bauer model with the V8 loaded at $4,995? Or an 09 Nissan Altima Super Gas Mileage with that 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, only $5,995. See Rayburn Cloud today at Cloud Auto Sales, Alabama Highway 71 in Higdon, 597-3273 for Cloud Auto Sales, and like us on Facebook. Hey everybody, bacon is back at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
That's right, it's Little Caesars Bacon Wrapped Crust Deep Dish Pizza. Our 8-corner pizza topped with pepperoni and bacon and wrapped in more than 3.5 feet of bacon. Get a large today for just $12. Little Caesars Bacon Wrapped Crust Deep Dish Pizza is available all day. And it's available hot and ready from 4 until 8 every day. Little Caesars, Highway 136 West in Trenton and 411 Kimball Crossing in Kimball. Get big savings now with Tennessee Valley Net. Tennessee Valley Net's digital television, telephone service, and high-speed internet is now available in many areas of Dade County and expanding to other areas like Edgewood, Piney, Lake Hills, Sligo, and New Salem. Digital television packages are available, including over 200 channels. High-speed internet services with 30 meg upload and download available now from TVN. Residential and commercial packages are available. Call now to see if TVN is available in your neck of the woods. 706-657-4367 or visit tvn.net.
Hi, welcome back to Sand Mountain Community Watch. I was just getting chewed out by my daughter for being rude because I was talking over somebody. Imagine that. But anyway, she's gone now. We'll just talk however we want to and say what we want to. What's going on with Bellefonte?
So the TVA last month, I guess it was, announced that they were going to take public comments as to what they want to do with the facility, or what people would like to see done with the facility. So that was opened up, I think, until last Thursday. So now they're going to take that and I guess come up with a solution as to where they're going to go. They were doing that in the lead for an auction to sell the facility. So if someone buys it, of course, that's the big question as to what happens with it. Based on just, the economics of it, I don't see it selling for anything other than a power plant.
Right.
Maybe someone has another idea that they can turn around immediately, but I don't see it being purchased as speculative property. So,
right.
So that's the big thing. We'll see what happens over the next several months as they go through this process. But I think they are pretty adamant about going to auction. I think they got pretty good support from it. Personally, I think I'd much rather see something going on there than for it to continue to sit like it was, whether it's a power plant or some type of industrial site.
Now, it's Bellefonte, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the nuclear plant. Or the unfinished nuclear plant. Yeah.
So is it already shut down?
It's never operated.
Oh.
And it's never produced a bit of power in its lifetime.
Well, I knew it. But is people still working there?
Right now, I think they said 90 personnel, and that's most of them contractors. There have about 2 years ago, there were about 200 some folks out there when they said they were going to ramp it back up. So there have been people there from the time that it started. There have been people out there working.
Which was like the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's over. I think it's over about 40 years old, a little over 40 years old.
So why?
Why
Why did they not make it work?
The biggest conversation we've had with them has been about the need for power. The need has not been there. If you take a look at TVA's assets and what they've been doing, they've had other nuclear plants that kind of been sitting there waiting on something, and they decided to move forward with some of that before they went to Bellefonte. They're switching a lot to gas power now that gas is very cheap, inexpensive source of energy. So the need has not been there from what we understand for Bellefonte. For the TVA region. So, again, if someone was to purchase it, I would assume they'd sell that outside the region. We'd see what happened there. But that's where, again, they've sat on it for all this time. We'd love to see something happen with it.
And this may be out of your. I think you know it all. So, TVA, and I should know this, I'm sure. TVA is a federal funded. It's not private.
It's a federal agency. However, it's been, I believe it's been about 10 years ago, or a little over 10 years ago, where the federal funding to it has stopped completely. So it is a business that has to operate on its own. It has to bring in enough revenue to pay for everything, as I understand it. So it's not absorbing tax dollars. Now, through their rates, what they charge us for power, that's basically how they operate. That's how they fund themselves.
So like North Alabama Electric and Sand Mountain Electric, they all buy power from TVA.
Correct.
Do they have choices to buy from anywhere else?
No, they're in the TVA region and they purchase from TVA.
Okay.
And they're competitive in some cases. TVA is very competitive in some cases on what their power rates are, and that's a big reason why they've talked about, again, with the closure of the coal plant and why they've not done anything like with Bellefonte. They argue that by closing the coal plant, that's going to help with their rates. By not, by taking this asset and letting someone else handle it, that's going to help their rates, because that's ultimately their bottom line charter is one, low cost power for the Tennessee Valley and industrial development for the Tennessee Valley. Those are the two things that TVA was created for.
Okay.
So they're having to make a lot of tough business decisions, but in this case, I think this could be very beneficial for us.
Yeah. Okay.
From a jobs perspective.
And that is run by a board of directors or something, or?
Mm-hmm. Yes, there's. I think there are 7 or 9 board of directors, and I should know that, but. Actually, Joe Rich from Huntsville, he's the only one from Alabama, but he's serving as the president of the board now.
Oh.
So
okay.
We've got a very good relationship with him and talking back and forth. Again, we don't always agree with their decisions,
right,
but we've got a very good relationship. We try to communicate with them and understand what's going on, and again, hopefully there's some benefits in that.
So did the people vote to auction it off, or do you know?
I think most of the comments were supportive of having someone else take it. Now, what the people wanted to see it for, that I don't know. I'm sure, a lot of folks were focused on energy because that's an energy site, but I'm sure there's a lot focused on green energy, a lot focused on keeping it as a nuclear plant or other ideas, gas, something like that. So, but I don't know right now because they haven't told us what all that input would be.
For some reason, I just keep seeing this amusement park
out there. Yeah. Well, someone mentioned that about in the towers, a roller coaster inside the towers.
That's my way of thinking about it.
That'd be a possibility. That could be big.
Yeah, you never know. It could do so. You could do so. I don't know why that come to my mind, but
that's when we talk about the TVA in lieu of tax. Bellefonte and the coal plant were a huge part of that, and that's the worst part about this. Now, we are 100% for it from the county side because we see the economic benefit, but it is going to kill us financially because of the in lieu of taxes.
Now, do they have that same deal in like Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they do in lieu of taxes. In every state, it's a federal law that requires they pay it. Every state handles it differently as to how they distribute it, and then when it goes to the county level, every county has it separately.
Okay.
So there's a lot, it goes through 3 levels of government.
Right. And I'll get back to the county in a minute, but this, I don't know this answer, and I need to know. Okay. I don't know if I need to, but I want to. It's been rumored, I've heard, that and you may not know this, can the Republican Party come in and say, yes, Trump has the most popular, has won the states and all this, but we're not going to put him up there. We're going to put Bush or Carson or whoever.
I've not studied either party's rules enough, but the party can make its own rules. If the party wanted to change the rules, now it would require the party members to do so, but if the party wanted to change the rules to where something like that could happen, yes, they could. The rules, I don't believe, are set up quite like that. If they have a contested convention, it's pretty well open, as I understand it, if no one gets the majority of the delegates. But outside of that, I think if a majority of the delegates go for that candidate, I don't know that there's anything with how the rules are in place now. Now, you can't quote me on that, but that's as I understand it.
Okay. See, I just thought, well, that don't seem fair. You
Yeah.
know that.
Well, really, I mean, if you look at the traditional, the history of these type of elections, it's been it is a party election. It's that party saying this is who we want to represent us. And back in the day, people, the majority of the populace didn't have a say in who that representative was going to be. They would vote on, which even in November it's not popular election. It's based off the Electoral College, which is crazy.
I know.
But
so why do we vote?
well, that's things need to change. Either we need to go to a popular system, or the Electoral College needs to be representative. In Alabama, that's part of the problem. It's a winner take all, and it may benefit you if you vote for the one that wins, but it may not if you vote for the one that doesn't. But that's what a lot of these states, and even what we saw last week, I think, with the second Super Tuesday they had, several of those states were winner take all. So even though someone may have been 10 points behind, they didn't get any delegates because the top winner took all, and that's where you lose representation. Every state can change that however they want. They could make it proportional, or they could make it a winner take all as they choose.
Okay, all right. Now I had to ask him a while ago to take a break. Now he's coming out here giving me this side. Okay, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more. I'm not going to say taxes. Y'all probably didn't tune in for this 15 minutes. Y'all stick around. We'll be right back.
BBS Wholesale and Salvage Grocery in Higdon, across from Ponders on Highway 71. Now at BBS Wholesale, get fresh eggs, milk, and cheese. Check out our new frozen food section, now available. Check out our super deals on name brand laundry detergent too. Get large bags of snacks at unbelievably low prices. BBS Wholesale is your headquarters for Easter goodies. We have paper products, canned goods, health and beauty aids, cereal, and more. Inventory changes weekly. BBS Wholesale and Grocery, Higdon, Alabama. Wednesday through Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 11 to 3.
Now accepting EBT cards.
At Gross Furniture in Trenton, Georgia, you get the savings, the selection, and the satisfaction of getting the furniture you deserve at the prices you want. Come in, relax, and take your time. Our staff can assist you with the entire process, from expert advice to professional delivery. That's because Gross Furniture is local and treats you with honesty. Just north of the Courthouse Square on Highway 11 in Trenton. Gross Furniture, the home furnishing store that offers you more.
Make your plans to join Dade County Sheriff Ray Cross for his kickoff re-election campaign event. The event will be at the New Salem Community Center, March 26th, 2 until 5 in the afternoon. Dade County Sheriff Ray Cross's kickoff re-election campaign event is a meet and greet fundraiser with barbecue and live entertainment. Don't miss the kickoff re-election campaign event, March 26th, 2 until 5 at the New Salem Community Center. Re-elect Ray Cross, Dade County Sheriff, standing between you and crime. Paid for by the candidate. As this year's Easter season approaches, it's time to make your plans to attend the Easter concert at the Rising Fawn Baptist Church. The Rising Fawn Baptist Church annual Easter concert is Sunday, March 13th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, March 20th at 7 p.m. Mark your calendars for Sunday, March 13th and Sunday, March 20th, 7 p.m. each night for the annual Easter concert at the Rising Fawn Baptist Church. Rising Fawn Baptist Church is at 4411 Highway 11 South in Rising Fawn. The color of spring is here at Glass Farm Nursery, Highway 11, 4 miles south of Trenton. Come down and see us. While supplies last, we have 7-gallon weeping cherry trees for $59. Also at Glass Farm Nursery, get 3-gallon Kimberly Queen sun ferns for just $12.99 each. A full line of tropicals available now, too. Glass Farm Nursery, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 2 on Saturday. Since 1971. Glass Farm Nursery. Shop and compare, then come see us at Glass Farm Nursery, Highway 11, 4 miles south of Trenton. Come enjoy pizza for lunch or dinner in a family atmosphere at Stevie B's Pizza, 2200 Galt Avenue North in Fort Payne. Enjoy the super buffet and salad bar anytime, or have any of our specialty pizzas made to order and delivered right to your table. At Stevie B's in Fort Payne, we make our own dough, assuring you the best possible pizza. Book your parties at Stevie B's in Fort Payne, plus ask about catering and fundraisers too. Call Stevie B's at 256-979-1234 and find out more. Great pizza and a family atmosphere. Stevie B's, 2200 Galt Avenue North in Fort Payne.
Hi, welcome back to Sand Mountain Community Watch. And before I get off on some other way, dog leg over here going every which way, I do want to ask, and this this may be dirty in the churn too. How do we go about getting a okay, would this have to go to Montgomery to get? I love my Scottsboro friends. You know, I do. There's good people in Scottsboro. I do not like supporting their school system when I go to buy a gallon of milk at Dobbins. Mm-hmm. So how do we get that? Well, we should at least be able to vote on that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We should. The county should be able to vote on. My 4% goes to state. My 2% goes to all the schools. You know, all of Jackson County schools. Mm-hmm. Somebody even made a comment the other day. Why don't we just do away with the county school board and take everything to Scottsboro and see how they like that? You know, of course, they were being. Well, maybe I don't know if they were or not. They might have been serious. But why should... Because the way I look at that, Scottsboro has all the big businesses, and they get all the revenue anyway, or a lot of the revenue. Mm-hmm. So why can't the county keep what the county is supposed to get?
It would take... My understanding is that there is a way to lobby for a change in the formula. On how that's done, it's very difficult as I understand it, but you probably could by local law adjust that, or you could definitely by state law adjust something like that as far as where the dollars are going. But what you're saying right now is basically anywhere in Jackson County that you purchase groceries or anything mm-hmm. that has a sales tax on it. Basically, 30% is going to Scottsboro Board of Education, 60% is going to the County Board of Education. On that same note, however, anything you buy in Scottsboro that's for that 2-cent sales tax in place, anything you buy in Scottsboro, 60% of that is going to county education also. So if you're buying in Scottsboro, the county education is getting that. So it is. There's a little bit of balance there.
But then they have their own city tax.
They have a 3-cent city tax. However, none of that goes towards education. I think. Yeah, I don't think a penny of that goes towards education, the 3-cent city tax.
So Scottsboro City gets, thank you. Scottsboro City gets, their 3% does not go to education.
Correct.
So the only education they get is from our 2%?
Correct. Yep, that's the only sales tax dollars that education gets from sales tax altogether is from that 2 cents. I think they do get some alcohol tax from the city. That's not a huge amount as I understand it, and there's a couple other small things. They've got city property tax and things like that, but it's a small amount too.
Right.
But their biggest local funding comes from that 2-cent sales tax.
How do you start a city in the county?
How do you start a city in the county? I don't know the exact process. It takes a number of folks there, though, in a community that want that to happen, and then it has to go through the legislature to make that happen.
Yeah, there's 3 of us, maybe.
3, okay.
No,
so the first thing, as anything, as I tell a lot of folks, first thing would be to have a petition put together to show that you do have some real interest in it, and then take that to your legislative delegation, and then you can start the process. But that does have to go through Montgomery, go through all the proper channels and procedures, and then you have to have elections and all.
And there's a lot of funding, though, available for cities.
If the city puts it in place, again, take Scottsboro. Scottsboro has 3-cent sales tax. They do have a majority of the business in the county. They have a higher property tax than many. I don't think they're the highest, but they have a higher property tax than many. So, they fund that more through what they've raised. There are some communities that have no sales tax in place, 0 cents, and that have either 0 or very little property tax. So it's really up to that city as to the funding. When you incorporate an area, that's something I think folks need to know, though, is we're incorporating because we want to have a few more tax dollars paid because we want to do these different things with them. If you don't want to pay tax dollars, incorporating is not for you because that's, you're going to have those dollars to put water, sewer, gas, the things that you're looking for, to have sanitation pickup or to have roadside pickup, the different things that you would see come in with a municipality, you got to pay for those, and that's because the municipality puts it in place.
So let me ask you this. Pisgah is a town,
mm-hmm.
and it is, so if I'm in the city limits of Pisgah and somebody shoots me, who they have their own police
They do.
But the county comes as well.
We can support, yes.
Okay.
We can support in, I think, just about any situation throughout the county. If there's again, we don't have the manpower necessarily, but
Right.
as far as our responsibility, we're there to support wherever we need to support.
Okay. All right. Now, before we get too carried away here, and I thought, reckon we'll be able to talk an hour. Yeah, I think we can talk an hour about
We could
this.
talk for 2 or 3, probably. There's a lot to talk about.
Before we get carried away, we have something special we want to put on the screen. It's equal time around here. We're equal opportunity. And since how precious. Now, this is
Mark Paul Augustine.
Mark Paul Augustine.
Yeah.
Hodges.
Yes.
3 names.
Yeah, 3 names. We like names.
Okay, Mark Paul Augustine. And he will be called what?
August or Augustine.
August, okay. Yeah. And he is 2 weeks old?
2 weeks old yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yep.
How much did he weigh?
He was 7 pounds 8 ounces.
He is adorable. Look at the hair.
Yeah, he had a good bit of hair.
Yeah, look how precious. Now that's 3. That makes 3 for you.
3
okay.
boys. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are so proud that you brought that picture. He is just as cute as he can be.
I'm proud of him.
Oh, I bet so. Blink and he'll be.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing it with. I've got a 4-year-old, and that's what when he was born, our 2-year-old. I'm like, wait, this guy just got bigger. He's not the baby anymore. What happened?
Oh yeah, and it's so funny how it's just so fast how it goes. But he's adorable.
Thank you,
August. Now, what's the other 2's names?
First one is John Alexander. My first name is John, so we went with John. And then our second one is Matthew Joseph Benedict, and then Mark Paul Augustine. So
Benedict and Augustine, and
we got a lot. We like the names, like I said. So
yeah.
we go by Alex, Joseph, and Augustine.
Okay. Yep. I love it. They're diplomatic names. They're political names. It sounds like. Yeah. Augustine was.
We go with Saint Augustine. Yeah. Maybe he'll portray that in his livelihood.
There's a Saint Cecilia. Did you know that?
Yeah. I did, yeah.
Okay. I try telling everybody. Nobody listens. She's the saint of music, I think, actually. And they tried to kill her like a bunch of times. Have you read the story?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, they did everything to try to kill her. My husband's laughing over there. They did everything to try to kill Saint Cecilia, and it took them like 3 or 4. Have you heard that, Evan? Everybody should read the story of Saint Cecilia. It's very interesting because she would not die. Hello. That's all I'm saying. Saint Cecilia would not die. And her saint day, or whatever they do, how they have a saint day, is the day I was born.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now, did your parents name you that?
I don't know. No, surely not. I know. They must. I doubt it. They're from Ida and Bryant. I doubt it. But they were born. I was born on November 22nd, and that's her sainthood day or whatever. Cool. Yes. So, yeah. Y'all read the story of Saint Cecilia. When you're bored, ain't got nothing else to do. But anyway, thank you so much for coming on.
Glad
Matthew.
to be here.
And
thank you for having me.
Let's do it again. Let's do it.
I'll be here.
I learned so much when you're here. I think you should just come in to my office in June after tax season's over, and let's just sit down and you educate me on all this stuff I need to know. My son, he tries to do that. Bless his heart. He likes to argue with me about politics. We don't agree on the same. We're not on the same. We're not even in the same ball field, much less, But we used to be, and then things have just changed, and maybe I'm getting older and more set in my ways.
Politics is different nowadays too.
Oh, it is totally different. And and I think the older I get, the more I get tired of people expecting something for nothing. Mm-hmm. I used to have a lot more patience about that, and now it's like, get up off your back, do something. I mean, I don't owe you anything. Nobody owes you nothing. But anyway, I could preach on that all day. Thank you so much for coming on. Did we talk about the sales tax coming up? I think we did. We did. Okay. Let me know, because I want people to be aware. And I know that a lot of people, even on the day we voted for the last one, they didn't have a clue about it. Even though y'all had community meetings, and they still didn't have a clue about the sales tax. So whatever we have to do, let's do it to get the word out. That if we have to go door to door, hopefully I'll have time to do that this year. told the volunteer fire department today, I'll start going door to door to help get money for you if you want me to, because they've been paying somebody to do it. So anyway,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think we don't need to do that. That's a waste of money. So if you got good people that's willing to help, let's get in there and help our fire departments and help our county.
Absolutely.
Do what you can and quit being a burden on this society. God didn't put you here for that. So anyway, now and Evan's fixing to put across the bottom, we are not responsible for the comments made on this show. But thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. I don't know with who, but we'll be back next week with somebody, and I'm sure it won't be as entertaining maybe, but or as informative, but it might be. You never know. So y'all stick around or come back next week, and we'll see you then. Thanks so much.